Well, what if your local supermarket decided to offer you totally free EV charging while you shop? Well, sounds a bit absurd, right? But forget car companies for a second. The real battle for the future of driving and EV charging is being fought by Tesco, Sainsbury's and Costco, amongst others. Well, for decades they've used cheap petrol to get you through their doors. Now they're dusting off a dramatically improved playbook for the electric age. This isn't just about topping up your car anymore. It's about locking you into a new world where the price of your milk and bread could directly control how much you pay to drive, if you pay at all. Settle down now with your coffee. This is Dave Takes It On. I'm Dave. Welcome to the Great British Charge Off. It's about to change how you charge your car forever. Well, to see where all this is heading, we need to look back. Cast your mind back to the 90s and noughties, and you'll remember the fierce petrol wars on supermarket forecourts. Supermarkets like Tesco and Asda realised that cheap fuel was the ultimate magnet. It was a classic loss leader strategy: sell petrol at a tiny profit, or even a loss, to lure the shoppers in, knowing they'd then spend a fortune on their weekly shop, and that's where they made all their profits, and it worked for a long while. But in recent years, the game has changed. The UK's Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, launched an investigation and found that between 2019 and 2022, supermarket fuel margins had quietly jumped by 6p a litre. This was especially true of Asda, which used to lead the price cuts. The other supermarkets simply followed their lead. Drivers, in this case, ended up paying an estimated 900 million more for fuel in 2022 than they should have. The CMA accused the big chains of rocket and feather pricing, where prices rocketed up instantly when wholesale costs rose, but floated down like a feather when costs fell. They were called out for a lack of transparency and basically for pocketing the difference. Well, this history lesson is crucial. It shows that when supermarkets have a product that everybody needs, they will use it to win your loyalty, and once they have it, they'll turn up the heat. But luckily we now have a champion on our side, the Competition and Markets Authority, because now history is repeating itself, but the new fuel isn't petrol, it's electricity. Fast forward to today, and that old forecourt battle has been moved to the car park. Supermarkets are now one of the most popular places to charge an EV. The UK's charging network is exploding, with the number of chargers at supermarkets jumping by 34% between early 2024 mid-2025. They now host around 5% of all public chargers in the UK. But for any EV driver, the current situation is a total mess. It's a chaotic landscape of different companies, speeds, costs, and a dozen different apps. One day you're on PodPoint app at Tesco, next you're fumbling with Shell Recharge at Aldi, or trying to figure out how to work a Genie Point at Morrison's. The prices are all over the place too. At Tesco, you could pay anything from 44p to 69p per kilowatt hour, depending on the charger's speed. Asda's price, somewhere between 59 and 79p. And some chargers at Aldi have been spotted as low as 25p and as high as 85p per kilowatt hour. Sainsbury's about 72p, but you do get Nectar points. Well, this confusion is the perfect cover for the supermarkets to build their own empires. They're no longer content with just renting out a few parking spaces to a charging company. They want to own the entire experience, from the plug to the payment. This is where the real war for your loyalty begins. So in one corner you have the titan of scale, Tesco. They got over 2,600 charging bays across more than 600 stores, priced at an average 69p per kilowatt hour for ultra rapid, and it runs the largest retail charging network in the country. Their strategy with partner PodPoint has been all about mass availability. It's a brute force approach: be everywhere, be convenient, and win by sheer presence and persistence. But the challengers are playing a different, smarter game. Take Sainsbury's. Instead of partnering up, they built their own kingdom, Smart Charge, a network of their own. Ultra-rapid 150 kilowatt chargers that can give you a major top-up in about 30 minutes, costs about 72 pence per kilowatt hour, way below the national average, according to ZapMap, of 76p. They have fewer chargers overall, just over 400 bays, but they have more of these super-fast ones than any other supermarket. And here is their masterstroke. You see, Sainsbury's became the first UK supermarket to link the EV charging directly to 2 national loyalty schemes. Well, the first one, drivers using Smart Charge now earn Nectar points for every £1 they spend. But second, they now accept Electriverse cards, which also offer a true discount, albeit only a few pence. Well, it might sound small, but it's the first shot in this new war. It's a signal that the cost of your charge is no longer just about the price per kilowatt hour. Others are now jumping on this bandwagon. Lidl now lets customers pay for charging directly through the Lidl Plus app, offering a hefty discount for doing so. Rapid charge there can cost 62 pence per kilowatt hour via the app versus 74p if you pay any other way. But beware, some can charge as much as 89 pence. Now, this isn't just a simple discount. It's a way to pull you into their world and keep you there. Well, even Asda, which fell behind after its deal with BP Pulse ended, is planning a comeback with their link to EV on the move and EV Point. And Morrison's is getting a massive upgrade with its new partner MFG, planning to install around 800 ultra-rapid chargers across its sites. See, the board's now set. On one side, you've got Tesco's huge but disconnected network. On the other, the smarter, loyalty-driven systems of Sainsbury's and Lidl. Well, so how does all this lead to your weekly shop controlling your charging price? You see, it all comes down to data and loyalty. Free charging, once available, might just come in for a comeback. See, data is now even more valuable than anything, and that is the new weapon which we first saw with Tesla, whose EVs are now nothing more than roving data gatherers. Cheap petrol was simply a tool to get you into the stores. The loyalty cards were basic data gatherers, but now they see they can get even more data from your EV charging habits. Here's how the Great British Charge-Off is likely to play out. Well, first, get ready for tiered and dynamic pricing based entirely on how you shop. Picture this. You're a loyal Sainsbury's customer. You're spending £100 a week and you're swiping your Nectar card so it knows what you're doing. The Smart Charge app sees you. For you, an ultra-rapid customer charge might cost 55 pence a kilowatt hour, but for the person who only pops in for a pint of milk, they could be looking at the full 75p or even more. Second, expect charge for spend, and these offers to become norm. You'll see deals like, well, spend £80 on groceries and get 30 minutes of free charging, or Nectar VIPs get 10% off all charging sessions. Well, suddenly deciding where to shop isn't just about the price of bananas. Directly hits your car's running costs. That fiver you might save by going to a rival supermarket could be instantly wiped out by more expensive charging. Well, third, this is going to force Tesco's hand. Their massive network is a strength, but their reliance on PodPoint is a strategic weakness. Not because they don't own the EV chargers, but because they don't own the data that comes from those chargers. To compete with the direct loyalty schemes from Sainsbury's and Lidl, Tesco will either have to force PodPoint into a messy club card integration. They've actually started that. Or they're going to have to build out their own charging network from scratch. It's a high-stakes decision that could reshape the market. This isn't a simple price war like the old petrol days. They long ago discovered that if they offer cheap petrol, people will buy petrol there, then they'll probably go and shop there. But they can't link the two directly. They don't know what car's filling up. Now, we already know your data is valuable. Everyone is trying to get hold of it, legally or not. This is a smarter, more personal war fought over your data. The supermarkets won't just be selling you electricity, they'll be buying your data, ensuring your absolute unwavering loyalty. They want to make it feel economically stupid to shop at one store and go and charge somewhere else. So the era of the simple public charger is slowly coming to an end. The new battleground for the future of driving is, without a doubt, the supermarket car park. For decades, these retail giants used cheap petrol to shape our habits. Now they're doing it all over again in the electric age, but this time with very much smarter weapons. Smart charge, smarter weapons? Yeah. The integration of charging with loyalty apps like Tesco Reward, Nectar Cards and Lidl Plus is all the proof you need. We are hurtling towards a future where your choice of supermarket will be one of the biggest factors in the running cost of your car. The price on the charger will no longer be just a flat rate. It will be a direct reflection of how loyal you are to that supermarket. The Great British Charge-Off won't be won by the chain with the most chargers, but by the one that locks you into its world most effectively. Question is no longer just where's the nearest charger, but where will my shopping list get me the very best deal? So, what's a better strategy? Is it Tesco's massive network or Sainsbury's loyalty data play? Well, let me know in the comments down below. And thanks again for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please click the like button. As always, please subscribe. And thanks very much to our Patreon and YouTube members. I'm Dave.